This is our Monday morning show with For My ATL Sports with the morning crew, Mr. Ron Thomas and Mr. C Dub. Unfortunately, Ladarius couldn't join us today. He had to work, but we will correct that next week as we will be back at our regularly scheduled time at 8 a.m. But this morning we are joining you just to discuss um, the Falcons game. You know what I mean? In a little more detail, and we're going to discuss the Falcons' victory against the Dallas Cowboys yesterday. But you know how we do it on this show. Before anything, we're going to go ahead and cue the music. So here we go. All right, brother Ron.
Right.
How y'all doing this morning?
Hey man, if we were doing any better, it'd be illegal.
Well, all right, man. I'm glad to hear that. So, guys, we all watched the game yesterday. Thank God it was a Falcons victory. A little too close at the end yesterday, but all in all, we pulled it out. So right off the bat, C Dub, let's talk about your first impressions of yesterday's game. You know, we've had kind of 24 hours or at least 12, 16 hours to soak it in, digest it. What are your thoughts on yesterday's game?
All right, this is going to sound crazy. In a game where we got outpassed, outrushed, and in some cases it felt like they were on the field longer, I say that was a complete game. And like I said, and that's coming from me. But yeah, you watch this game, and what have we said? Come out like you want to win this game. Don't give this team any reason to feel like they can do anything. Well, here's the thing. Before he went out with the injury, Grady, and that's something I was listening to on the radio, because I like hearing the radio, by the way. It's, because you listen to your guys talking. And also, if you can't, listen to the Dixon Way. Going to give them a shameless plug. Might as well. But because they do a great job too. But Dave said Grady looked like he was angry the whole time. Like there was a look in his eye. And I think Grady remembered the Cowboys the last couple of times. And he took it personal. And that's what I was talking about, is that you watch this game, that's the feeling, especially when he got the sack too. But yeah, my opening comments, I gotta say, even though there was some things that we've got to definitely clean up still. I know this sounds crazy. It was a complete game though.
All right, Ron, how you feeling about yesterday? Your first.
Like what she does say, Grady, you did see something different in Grady. We had not seen that in a minute. And I love what I've seen from Grady. And Grady was like, you know what? This team beat us too many times. I'm going to set the tone for my Atlanta Falcons. And he beat them like he should. And I seen that pit bull yesterday that he known for. So I liked it.
Okay, good deal. So my first impression yesterday, defense got after it a little bit better. I know the Cowboys' offensive line probably couldn't block my dead grandmother, but we at least did. We got 3 sacks. That's not nice. Bad host. But no, in all seriousness, we
Don't
did
feel
get
bad.
yesterday. So we got to give the defense props for that. I think Ebiketie got one, Grady got one, and somebody else got one that I can't remember now. But we did get three. So that is a step in the positive. Bijan looked really good yesterday, came out, ran the ball. Bijan is really good at change of direction plays. He does that well. Let's see. Good morning, Darius, our fellow morning crew member. How you doing, brother? I said good morning, Johnny Cochran, which Ladarius knows what that's about. Joking, Ladarius, just kidding. William A, good win for us. Yes, it was, William. Yes, it was. So I just after went back and kind of looked at some of the highlights, did some of the study on the game, and initially I felt like we kind of played around too much with it after we scored 27, but I think we only had 2 possessions. One of them, I believe, was a 3-and-out. The other, I don't remember what happened, but it wasn't as bad as I initially thought. Now, with that being said, look, you want to be able to put a game away with 4 minutes left, right? We got the ball
Mm-hmm.
15 seconds. We kicked it right back with 5 minutes and 3 seconds. Didn't really take any time off the clock. Now, we still had, it was a 2-possession lead at that point, but I felt like you at least wanted to take 3 minutes off the clock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take 3 minutes off the clock, you give them back with 2 minutes and 2 scores, the game's over. You know what I mean? For all intents and purposes, they got to drive the length of the field. The game's over. But I'm not going to haggle about it. Defense did look better yesterday in some areas. Special teams still has, we've been gashed a little bit on special teams here lately. So special teams has some things to clean up. Definitely got some things we need to work on. But all in all, a decent showing from the defense. Now mind you, with that being said, this was a injury. So in no way was this a full squad. In no way was, they didn't have Micah Parsons. I believe Micah got hurt in the game. Not Micah. Dak got hurt in the game.
Dak and CD.
CD Lamb.
So, we should have won. You could argue we probably should have won by a little bit more, but at the end of the day, we did win. We did bring home the victory. And again, guys, as much as we don't like to admit it, this is a work in progress. We talked about some things on the show yesterday. One of them that one of our hosts brought up was coaching the coaches. And I believe it was a disagreement that somebody pointed out on the special teams on the 4th down play where we stopped them. And Raheem is talking to, is it Marquise Williams, I believe?
Marquise Williams is the special teams coach.
Yeah, he's talking to him about positioning. He's like, hey, look at what are you doing? We need to adjust here. We need to do whatever. And we did, and we ended up getting the ball back. So, again, guys, even though we just like we have new players, we have new coaches, and, sometimes we got to coach the coaches. All in all, I think Zach Robinson called a pretty good game. We did score 27, basically 28 points. We missed the extra point. I don't know what happened there, but again, 28 points. You could argue it should have been, maybe 35 or 40, but I'm not going to split hairs. We did win, which is what we wanted to do. For all, that was an ugly game yesterday. Even though we won, that was an ugly game once you get into the 4th quarter. But at the end of the day, all your wins don't have to be pretty. I don't care if any of them are pretty. You just want to win, right? So we did play the victory. That's a good thing. So Dre Harrison says, glorious rising, gentlemen. The Falcons have found their identity. Well, I don't know about that, Dre. I think our identity is we can do whatever it takes to win. Like, honestly, some games we run it, some games we pass it.
Right.
I think our identity at this point is we do whatever it takes to win. And sometimes we, let our fans out a little bit. Sometimes we do that. That is essentially what we do as Falcons. We stress our fans the hell out. But hey, good morning. All right, guys. So 3 Falcons up, 3 Falcons down. For me, Bijan is definitely up. Kirk is definitely up. I'm gonna say Ebiketie was up yesterday. He came away with the sack. And even though Grady strained his Achilles yesterday, yeah, Grady was up yesterday. Grady was on one. Grady
Right.
played tired. You could definitely feel his impact. So, and if you want to give one to Drake, even though he injured his hip pointer, Drake is just when Drake went out, you could see his impact. You could see his impact, right? You could see that Drake is Kirk's safety blanket in third down with highly contested catches. And his presence was definitely missed yesterday in the game. Those are my thoughts. Ron, give me your three. Oh, I got to give you 3 Falcons down. My bad. Well, I don't know. Maybe so for me, and again, I don't mean to split hairs. Zach, we probably needed some better plays. Those two possessions after we scored 27 points. That would be one of my issues. The other issue would be I don't know what happened on that exchange for the kick, but again, cool. We got to figure this out, brother. We got to figure it out. I don't even think that was on his fault though. I think that was the snap. So can't blame him for that. And then the other one is that should have been a pick six on that special teams play, man. That should have.
Mhm.
Hit him right there. If he catches that and runs like, bro,
I
I
I
think
think the game would be over then.
I think I think it would be. Yeah, if he just catches that and runs that in. So even though he was in great position to do it, so I don't want to rip him too much. But if I got to pick that, that's me. Ron, give me your 3 up and 3 down for Falcons yesterday.
um three down. I would go. Hey, y'all seen the movie Stunt the Yard?
Yeah, Stomp
Mm-hmm.
the yard. Yeah,
At the end where he with Drake did like that with his legs when he got the touchdown. Y'all know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the handstand. That's what all the guys
Right,
were doing. Yeah.
right.
headstand.
Drake,
Oh, you're talking about
right.
Drake.
I don't
Oh,
think the
But
handstand hurt him.
but
I think the catch, the
he
landing
heard
on the
stuff,
catch got him.
but
he heard stuff on the way down. It was a hip pointer.
right. But we lost him yesterday, yes. Um who else?
Grady.
Grady
Yeah, those are two
and,
yesterday. We kind of suffered.
and Kyle Pitts. Did y'all see Kyle Pitts anytime?
I
Besides
I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad. Go ahead, Ron. Go ahead.
besides get the onside kick. I mean,
Well,
I'm
hey,
a
go ahead.
OC gotta do better. He
Well,
gotta do
in defense of Zach and in defense of Kyle, they did max protect a lot. I think there was concern for this Cowboys rush because I saw at least 7 or 8 plays where Kyle was in helping blocking. And
yeah,
I think he did miss a block, but for the most part, Kyle did a good job blocking because
yeah,
they got to Kirk 3 times, but I don't. I think one time it may have been a miscommunication between Kyle and Bijan, but for the most part, Kyle was all right blocking. I just think the game plan yesterday was, look, we don't know if Micah's going to be rushing. We're
right,
going to max protect, and I
right,
and I think that's what they wanted to do. But that being said, Kyle did miss a block, so I see
right.
you there.
Mooney, Mooney been showing up and showing out. Uh, I
No doubt.
I think Mooney was a great pickup for us this off season, and he ever since we signed him this off season, he been on another mission. Like every week, he get like 1 or 2 touchdowns. I love it.
Yeah.
Keep up the great work, man. Mooney, you doing your thing out there.
Yeah, Mooney Mooney, I think last year was one metric that I really paid attention to was that by far he was the most wide open receiver
Yes.
last year.
Yeah.
And you can see it on the routes that he runs.
Right.
You can see that. Dre Harrison says, I think the identity of the Falcons is we're able to be flexible on offense to adapt to any defense while our defense executes a mirror. I don't know what that is, Dre, but I'm with you. I'm with you. I think our defense is we go in the second half and we adjust and we pretty much hold teams to 10 points in the second half, which, you know what? I'm remiss in my duty because I did not look at that. I need to look and see what the Cowboys scored yesterday in terms of halves. But C-Dub, give me your three Falcons up, three Falcons down.
All right. I'm going to go Bijan number 1 because here's the deal, guys. The man sees the field. All right. He's seeing the field better than he did. Oh, I was like trying to move and I was like, wait a minute, this thing is in my face. I can't even see it. So great point, Drake. Dre, let's drop it down so I can actually see everybody. All right.
Go ahead.
It's all good. So, all right. And I'm also looking up what you were asking about the thing. Because here's the deal. They scored 11 points, by the way. So they scored 11 points in the second half. All right. So my up is going to be Bijan because he's seeing the field. He is the weapon. You want to look at our identity? There you go. All right. I mean, because he is keeping the ball going. Mm-hmm. All right. When Drake, now there were instances when Drake was out, they had Bijan going out as a receiver and Algier as the running back. I like that. That was actually a good way to use your, your personnel. All right. Other up I want to give will be, and I would give it to Kurt, but I actually want to give it to some other guys. You know, Grady Jarrett set the tone, indeed. But let's also give a little credit to a guy that was getting a lot of smoke, which was Ellis. Yeah. You know, he led the team in tackles and got a sack, and you know, he made the play where I mean, he was making plays everywhere. Mm-hmm. So got to give him some kudos. But let's give some credit to Ray McLeod. He's gonna, he caught that touchdown, but but I want to give him, but also Charlie Warner. And the reason why I say that, they're using him like a fullback, and they're bringing him to flex to run with Bijan, and they're getting really good together. It's getting scary when you watch how they flow together. So my downs, look, I'm not trying to put the man on a trial. All right, even though we just put Jimmy Lake on a trial.
What you did there?
Right? Yeah, but look, Kyle Pitts, you let the miscommunicate. You could go ahead and just say that was supposed to be a play where Kyle was supposed to do the block, and Bijan thought Kyle was running, so he had to step in, and that's where everybody had the Spider-Man meme. And that's really hard to do, and I get it, but the thing is, I can't really believe the max protect because there were more Falcons out there catching. But here's what I will say. Zach Robinson, even if Algier has a 3-yard loss, which is rare, or Bijan, keep running the ball. Because that clock keeps running, especially in the second half. Mm-hmm. All right? Make it a little bit harder, okay? Help out that defense. Give them a 30 to 40-second respite. Because that adds up, So my other down, and I'm going to say it, I feel like we coast, and that's going to be on the coaching staff. like we got to 27, they had 13, and we were like, key, he, we got this. Let's swag surf. Let's swag surf. I think they threw their cards out. And I'm not trying to be funny. It's just that's how it came off. Because you're watching, you're going, it's like what Terry was saying, death by 1,000 paper cuts. Yes, but you're also making you're making everyone that's watching going, I am sweating bullets. Are we even going to make something happen? So my thing is this, man. All in all, I think it was a good game. Those are my 3 ups, which is Bijan, which is Ellis, which is Warner. Downs is Pitts. The other one is I'm going to give to the coach staff. And then my last one. And, look, I get it. You got to make that catch, man. I mean, that would have been a pick 6. Special teams. I mean, look. And he's sick because he's one of those guys that really, impress people to be on the team. So it's like, here's my moment. And he's like, he had a praise for it.
Yeah. But I know he saw that in his sleep last night. I know he did.
He was waking up in cold sweats.
Right. He having nightmares about that one.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. You're right, Ron. Who wouldn't? But, guys, we got to do some housekeeping. So,
yeah.
Let's get back to it. Dre says, I think the identity of the Falcons is we're able to be flexible. Oh, well, I already said that one. My bad.
Yep.
He had another.
You got it.
Or maybe he didn't. Maybe I'm tripping. Okay, maybe I am. All right, so we got Birdcage in there. Birdcage said that. Ryan, what up, Ryan? How you doing, man?
What's up, Ryan?
Y'all can tell Ryan is my guy, man.
Ryan.
That's my dude, man. Ryan or the Judge. His new nickname is the Judge.
Here comes the Judge. Here comes the Judge. Here comes the Judge.
That aired on Friday, but no. What up, Ryan? How you doing, man? Ryan came to ATL. Philadelphia, but he was in the house yesterday in the game. And hate I didn't get a chance to meet him in person, man. But Ryan's a great dude. Ryan says, "What's good, fellas?" And we also got Miss Krista in the building this morning. How you doing,
Krista?
How you doing?
Good morning, guys. Watching Get Up might as well be called the Cowboys Show. Krista, you're absolutely right. They spent about 45 minutes on the Cowboys yesterday, right? This morning. Sorry about that. But whatever, we won. I don't care about that. So it's fine, man. We do what we got to do, and we understand that they're not going to give us any.
Yeah. But that's get up should be just called. Let's talk about the Jets and Cowboys because that's all they talk about.
Yeah.
I got one question for y'all. Is Cowboys still them boys? I think we put them down yesterday.
They are right now. Their franchise is in a terrible state right now, and I don't want to spend I don't want to do what they're doing on Get Up or whatever. But the Cowboys, they're terrible. I mean, you got the quarterback caught on camera saying we suck. I mean, look, that is a perfect encapsulation of really, Dad, really, Dad.
Hold on. Remember, who just got paid, by the way.
Right. Hey, I love it. We finally beat them. I love it.
And look, by the way, this isn't a memorial about the Cowboys. We're actually talking about us, team that actually won. But I will say this on them. They haven't won since the VCR tapes. So let that sink in. They ain't won a Super Bowl since then. So, what was it? I had somebody, what was it? Because, he's like, man, this team's ass. And I was like, I mean, that's how about them boys? He's like, posted 28-3. And I went, and I was like, last time you guys were in the Super Bowl, we had to watch it on VCRs.
All right.
Man, whatever. I'm like Vinny the Falcon. Yeah, I heard that before, buddy. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah, exactly. Keep it moving. You got something new for me?
Shout out to Vinny. I think he won some award for being a great fan recently. I saw it on Facebook. So shout out to you, Vinny, wherever you are. Krista says, I almost felt sorry for Lamb. He was hurt and still playing. Yeah, he was he
Yeah,
was playing. I gotta give it to him. He's got heart. You know what I mean? And speaking
yeah.
of injuries, we had some of our own yesterday.
Woo!
So Drake has a hip pointer, and what I'm told is some sort of intercostal or what do they call it? Oblique strain.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Mm-hmm.
Grady strained his Achilles. Now, I honestly, the impact of that, the immediate impact of that for me is I don't think you're going to trade Algier now, because now that Drake is out, you probably are going to flex Bijan a little more in the slot. You know,
Right,
not 10 times a game, but you will do it more likely, and you're still going to need Tyler to run that rock or run in those scenarios. You're
right.
still going to need him for third down scenarios, you know, on the goal line. So, you know, I think that Algier is going to stay, right? I
Right.
do think you're going to trade him. I don't know who you would trade, but I don't think you're going to trade him. I think that's one of the impacts, and then the other one is we really need some defensive linemen now.
Right.
It's really a need now. I'd love to go and get Calais. I'd love to go and get Calais because that's a run stopper. He can also rush the pass rusher. He's a mountain of a man. And I just think that it's the move. And if you can go and get Aziz Ojolari as well, hey, more power to you. That would be my focal point. Because we clearly need somebody now. You know, we needed somebody before, but we clearly need some help now. So if it's
Oh,
me, if I'm Terry Fontenot, I'm going to get Calais if I can, and I'm going to get Aziz Ojolari. Ron, you about to say something? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think right after the game we signed somebody. I don't know how true that is. But we signed defensive tackle right after the game.
Did
But
we?
yeah.
No.
Um, but I still would go get the Giants pass rusher, and we're gonna need another D tackle.
Yeah.
Go get Campbell. Yeah, he will be cheap. He will not cost that much in draft picks. While a 7-round pick, I guess.
I mean, I don't know.
No,
I don't know, but I mean, hey, we got to do something. That's the point. Dre says Grady's injury was precautionary, and you're right, Dre. Only problem with that is when you say Achilles, that's like if you're buying a new car and you see the transmission was replaced. That thing might be running great, but you're still like, I don't know,
right,
I don't know, I don't know. Well, a used car, but I don't know about that. So. I think we just feel better if you know, and if it's just precautionary, that's great. But you're probably going to have to put Grady on a pitch count going forward. Those are my thoughts anyway. C Dub injuries yesterday. Any other impacts you can think of? How you feeling about it?
Make a move. Don't give me this crap that oh, we can't do it because of this and that. Nah, because you owe it to these guys that have been playing. You owe it to this team to put the best product on the field. Last I checked. So, you know, it's like this. I'm looking at I am looking at Terry Fontenot to get creative. Because again, I will bring this up. He has no extension. After this year, we'll see if he's back or not. And my thing is this: everyone's like, well, some people say he didn't make the roster. Some say he did make the roster. All I say is, when Raheem came in, and Terry was the GM. No one, there was no word that Terry got an extension. So right there, Terry had to step on his own. So that's why I say this is one of those deals. You've got to make the calls, see who's available, and do what you need to.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying doorless. Everyone's saying, look, it's everybody. And not just that. We need to look at the coaches and go, move guys around. Like, okay, Ellis finally got to the spot where he was able to be more of a pass rushing threat and not playing backpedaling. Hold on. Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge.
Good morning and welcome. This is the Philly. So once you find your row, please step up the aisle.
We got a superstar in the building. Ryan, how you doing this morning?
What's going on? You already see what it is. We're already going through, as we say. As you hear the announcement, I'm leaving home now, unfortunately. So it's all good. How y'all boys doing this morning?
We're doing good, bro.
So you're still at the airport?
On their side, unless they're very big,
Hold
the
up.
bin won't close. They have to lay flat. If you have the exit row, please do the
Give me a
exit
second,
card. Any
fellas.
questions, concerns?
All right, I'll filibuster. But yeah, but that's what I'm saying, man. You got to make a move.
No need
if
to
you're helping. Okay.
Go ahead, Ryan. What's up?
No need to filibuster. I had to let the guy finish the announcement this morning. So, man, hell of a win that we had this week.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say that I noticed, and it's got to change, Falcon fans are very silent in the game. I heard more Cowboy fans over us. I'm hoarse right now, but it's just sad that we let opposing teams come in our house and out yell us. Y'all are talking about the football side of things. I'm talking about the experience, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
Experience was amazing. Shout out to all my vets out there, myself included, and all my other vets that were in the house. It was military appreciation. Got to see Airborne Rangers. Rest in peace to my father. Got to see a little piece of what he used to do. Outside of that, man, I have to say this. Offensively, I think, like I said before, I said by week 7, Kirk was going to be a little bit comfortable, but I said by week 8 or 9, that was when the passing game was really going to click. And you saw that yesterday with Kirk. And the other thing that I got defensively, we've got to, from what I saw early in the game, we were doing all right. But the second half, we started to give those guys momentum.
Yeah,
we cannot give momentum to teams in the second half when we have dominated, and you can't put yourself in positions where you lose momentum and shoot yourself in the foot. Period. And there was still a lot of missed tackles. And where I was sitting at, I sent you the video, so you got to see how close I was to the field.
Yeah.
So I literally was hearing the shots from where I was sitting at. So for me, I'm looking at the game totally different than just the average fan, as I told you. I'm looking at different schemes and gaps, and I saw the fact that our linebackers were still over pursuing, missing tackles that they should have been making, and they put themselves in a position to where they did not make enough plays to me. Yes, we got the win, but it's a lot that we need to clean up defensively. I'm not gonna cry about it because guess what? We still top of the division. We're still one of the top 5 teams in the NFC right now.
Yeah.
So I mean, we could be in the position we were in last year.
Right.
Raheem just did what he was supposed to do. He took advantage of an abysmal NFC South, and pretty much next week can lock up the NFC South with a victory over the Saints.
Yeah.
If he sweeps the South this year, we know Carolina's gonna give us a fight, and so is New Orleans. But somehow, if he sweeps the South, let's be real on this, fellas. He literally has done what he said he was going to do. Now we just got to see what the second leg of this season is going to look like because it looks like down the stretch we got some tough games coming up, fellas, and we can't come in here half-stepping.
Yeah,
we need to get Calais. I say this is we need to get Calais or get a linebacker. We need another linebacker in this defense, fellas. That's just me, especially with Grady going down yesterday.
Yeah.
What do y'all think?
Ryan, I got a question for you. So, and I know the flight or whatever, someone's at the airport talking, but I'd really like to get your thoughts on our offense for that 8-minute period after we scored 27. Because to me, I think that's kind of where we got a little complacent, and maybe we could have had some better play calling. But I'd love to get your thoughts on that. So, what you were there, you were live. Well, what are your thoughts on that? I'm talking about the two series the Falcons got the ball on offense after we scored 27 points and basically did nothing with it. What are your
we got conservative. No questions asked. We got conservative because they were more concerned about the players' health at that point. But at the end of the game, I feel like this: when you have a chance to put a game away, you put a game away.
Yeah.
You don't go conservative. Period. You just can't do it. The one thing I will say that now, and it's one thing I disagree with you on. Falcon fans gonna hate me for this, but it's whatever. You don't trade away Tyler Algier.
I agree.
You're saying you trade him away. You don't give away. You don't give away a great running back like that just because you're enamored with Bijan. Here's the thing: the running style that Bijan has, East and West, he's one step away from Piedmont Hospital. Understand that.
Yeah.
When you have a scat back that does what he does, and you're talking about a guy that cuts on a dime, you don't know where it's coming from. Knee injuries, ankle injuries happen that way. I'm not wishing that on him, but at the same time, I give you an example. Gale Sayers was one of the greatest open field runners of all time, and was literally hard to catch. But when you look back when he got hit, in his knee or whatnot, that ended his career. And I'm gonna say this is you keep Tyler here. You feed Tyler. You don't trade him away. You'd be a fool to trade him away. And God forbid he goes to a team that knows how to use him as a running back. He's a weapon.
Yeah.
So at this point, y'all need to stop all that talk about trading anybody away. If there's anybody that needs to be traded away, is Kyle Pitts. I don't care about the 2 touchdowns. My thing is inconsistency. There's too much inconsistency. So at this point, that's got to happen. A lot of people are going to disagree with me on that, but I'm okay with that. I stand on my own too. Don't need anybody's approval with that one.
Agree with you. Let me clarify. The only scenario that I would trade Tyler Algier is if we were bringing back Myles Garrett. Other than that, I agree with you, and because when you look at it, we got Drake, Kyle, and Algier coming up all within. I think Algier and Drake are both. Algier and Kyle are both in 26.
Well,
and Drake is 27. So that's the only reason I would consider it. But I agree with you. I agree with you, Ryan. I agree. I'll
be more specific. I'll be more specific with you on this. I don't care about that. You have a diamond in the rough. You don't just let that go.
Agreed.
If you were a general manager and you decided to trade Tyler Algier,
damn, you there, Ryan? Did we lose him?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
All right.
Look. All right, hold on. Let me say this because I was being quiet and I wanted to hear everything. Look, I wouldn't trade Algier for just a few guys that are just not that great. You know what I'm saying? But here's the ultimate thing a lot of us have to think. And I do like that he brought up Kyle Pitts, by the way. Because Kyle Pitts, I think that's a guy you could trade. And you wouldn't have to worry.
Don't want to.
Well,
yeah, here's my thing. A lot of people don't want to trade. A lot of people don't want to trade him.
Yeah.
The problem is a lot of people don't want to trade him. But the thing is, you have to trade Kyle Pitts at this point because let's be real, he hasn't worked out. Looking at a couple of games, everybody's looking at a couple of games, but he hasn't worked out here, man. You look at what he's done. He doesn't do the little things. So if y'all are okay with mediocre play for a first round pick, go for it. But I'm not. I say cut bait, get a better tight end, and keep it moving. That's what I got.
Yeah. See,
I think we have a better tight end.
To me, the only way I would trade Kyle Pitts to get a top pass rusher that we need, a Myles Garrett, Max Cosby, somebody like that, I would trade Kyle Pitts. Straight up. We've been saying this for years. We need a pass rusher. And if we either get one of them, without giving up a lot of draft picks, I'm with it.
Yeah, that's fair, and we got to do some housekeeping. So Dre Harris says rest Grady for a few games, bring up Dorless, and trade for a player, maybe Khalil Mack. I don't think anybody's trading Khalil Mack. That's just me. But we do need a pass rusher, so I get it, Dre. No worries, but I don't think anybody's trading Khalil Mack.
Or
Uh,
or
Go ahead.
we could get the 2-pass rusher with the Giants. The deep.
Yeah, I could see a leash. I don't think they're going to get rid of Dexter Lawrence. I promise you, Dexter Lawrence has a 90% PFF record. They're not getting rid of him. They're just look. If I had to bet a bet with the mortgage on it, they ain't trading Dexter Lawrence. Now they might.
Yeah, they're not trading Lawrence. Ron, I love you.
That was a great job for him.
Let me say this.
Uh-huh.
My co-host on Talk Your Ears said every week, you're such a born every day.
Yeah, Ron, they're not trading him, bro.
They're not trading.
I love you, bro. They're not trading him, bro.
They're not trading him. So Diva CC Sexy Red Peach. I'm cool with trading Pitts. I'd rather have Jonnu Smith back. And then she says, actually, Minnesota has 3, but I don't think they would be willing to give up any help to help the Falcons. Agreed. I think Ryan might have dropped off. So Ryan, thank you for joining us. Always, bro.
I mean, look, let me also bring this up too. I mean, here's the thing. Charlie Warner is not a bad tight end. He's a blocking tight end. He knows his role. Okay. And we keep saying, oh, well, you know, Pitts has to, it's about to take off. So I'm back, fellas. Okay. But yeah, when you have that situation where you got a guy that's about to do his thing, man, we keep saying, well, give him time. Guys, he's been in the league 4 years now. And, you know, when is it the time to look at a player and go, it's on you to develop. It's on you to get better. And, you know, I'm not trying to be mean about it. I'm just saying, you know, you have to look at, because my thing is this. I kind of think he got benched after that strip sack because you turned the ball over. You know, and look, Charlie Warner did get a lot of reps. So, and like Ryan just said about it, he could catch, he could run. And, you know, we all talked about how Bijan lines up and wants that contact. So that's why I said I truly believe he was ready to light up a guy, but saw Pitts and he's kind of confused, like, what the hell? And that's what happened. And, you know, that's where I'm looking at it. And yeah, I look at it. That's why I keep saying, you got guys on this team that haven't really done anything. So if you could throw them in a trade, and it does happen, you might as well try it. That's all I'm saying. And that's all anyone's saying. And I don't, you know, like I said, I'm not saying trade Algier, Pitts, and Alonzo Carter for for Myles Garrett, because there ain't no way they're going to do the deal. All right, they're not doing that deal. All right, but you got to come up with something, be creative, and see what can happen. And by the way, folks, you know, you did see what happened with the Raiders. They fired their pretty much offensive line, the coordinator.
Yeah.
And I think a couple other guys off that squad too.
They fired a lot of folks.
Yeah. They were not playing
today. They were not playing at all, sir. They were not. Hey, somebody had enough. Because they, you know, 1 minute you see the offensive coordinator, then you see this guy, then you see that guy. And I thought they were going to fire the coach, but they didn't. You know, they didn't. They let him.
I'm glad they did not fire the coach, because he reminded me of a old school head coach. And what I mean by that, you do your job. If you don't want to be here, let me know. I will trade you for a bag of chips or Doritos or whatever. But I don't give it to you all. No, Diddy.
Ah, ah,
You see that?
I was waiting
But
for it.
I don't tell you when you messing up, and I don't tell you when you doing good. Now
Yeah.
but and also they play hard for him.
Yeah. Now,
Hey,
Eva Red said fixing his blocking and what happened yesterday and things he's done. I've seen enough.
All right,
Let's move on. I've been ready for this trade.
all
Yeah,
right. Just got a notification. Just got a
the Saints,
notification, guys. The
What-
Saints just fired Dennis Allen.
yeah.
Just got it also. They fired Denise Allen. It's
Wow.
a sad day. I mean, that man deserved an extension, I thought.
Me too. He deserves to be there another 20 years.
Yeah. They deserve that guy.
Yeah. He deserves.
Right in the world, Bo!
Right. Appreciate you. Diva CC Sexy Red. I think Tom Brady being a partial owner of the firing of Antonio Pierce is coming. I give it to the end of the season. She makes a good point.
Yeah.
What in the world, Bo? Big Low Country. What it do, man? What it do?
Bit low.
Big Low. And yeah, man, we're all gonna, pour a little bit out for Dennis Allen.
Hold on, C-Dub. Has Desmond gotten another coach fired? Oh, wait, he hadn't really been playing. I can't put this on him. I
mean, I showed up and I was ready to play. I got on the field and everybody feels sorry for me. So I guess they felt sorry for the coordinator and fired him. I don't know. I told them not to let me play.
I wonder if Desmond was like, "Hey, I'm not going to stop until I bring a Super Bowl into the city of Las Vegas."
They messed up. They messed up, guys.
And they said, well, at this moment, our OC and offensive lineman coach, we knew we ever.
Oh, man. CC says Desmond Ridder being your quarterback is not even a good answer for the Raiders. Big Low says, "Wow, agreed, Big Low." What? Hey, what? You know what? I mean, guys.
Man, he deserved after that performance against the Kitty Cats, he deserved an extension. I feel bad for Dennis Allen.
Me too.
Let me tell you something. When your rivals are in disarray, it just feels good. And maybe that's petty of me. Okay, I'm an old Falcons fan, but when you see that your rivals have fired their head coach, I mean, and it's during hate week of all the times to do it. That's just great. That's
Terry. Are you apologizing for being petty? Hold on. Terry, are you apologizing for being petty? We are Falcon fans. We have a right to be petty, pal.
But I'm going to say this.
I think Dark T. Will was driving the car. So we all have a dark side. I think Dark T. Will was driving the car. Go ahead, Ron. Sorry about that.
But if you really want to get petty, I will tell Dennis Allen, come on over here. We got room for you. And made him assistant defensive coordinator.
I wouldn't mind that. He's actually not bad on defense. Just don't put him as a head coach.
As a defensive coordinator. Assistant. So, Jimmy Lake will have some help. Though we know he needed. And we take him from the Saints.
Your Honor, I object to that mischaracterization from Mr. I want to put that on the record, Your Honor. Guys, tune in next Friday for our next this coming Friday for our next episode of the trial of Jimmy Lake. And just so you know, the defense struck a blow in the trial. We kicked the prosecution's last Friday.
No, we didn't. I threw that case.
Hey, you tried to throw it, buddy. You tried to throw it, but my award-winning testimony was too strong. Anyway,
no, your testimony kind of got you in trouble. That's what happened. Come on now. Here I was doing the stop, halt, Hop, hop. And you were like, nah, you decided to turn to Jack Nicholson. Nah, we got to go up and get these guys. We got Lamar, Josh, and Mahomes. And then I'm going, we only played one, you idiot.
Mm-mm.
It says, I hate
I
that.
tried to kill you, man.
Clearly you are. I hate that despite the fact, but injuries and such, and that loss to Sean Payton didn't help either. Whatever. They lost.
But
Whatever.
like I said,
Feel
That's
bad.
the big problem.
Saints. Diva CC Sexy Red Peach says it's going to be a fun time in New Orleans for the game next Sunday. I bet it is. To all going, enjoy your, make a lot of noise, come back with the victory, kick their ass. All means, please be safe,
guys. If we win, we're 5-0 in the South.
Let's do it, man. Let's get it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, guys. So we're going to change gears just a little bit, and we are going to talk about, if I can find it, where did it go? Turning points in the game. For me, it's a third down play. They're bringing a little pressure. Bijan is running it out, and all of a sudden he decides to angle back in, give Kurt a better target. Kurt dumps it off to him, and 30 yards later, we're at the 20, and I think we went down and scored. That was when we scored, I think, the 27th point, and I think it was very much a turning point in the game. So good adjustment by Bijan. Bijan had a great game yesterday. Let's be honest. Great game yesterday.
Yeah.
Very heads up play to turn around and see that. Turning point on the defense, I would say that fourth down when we stopped them. Wait to spell it out. That was a great play. Was that made? I don't know if that was made by Hodge. Was that made by Hodge? I know he made one before. I don't know who made the tackle. I don't know if it was Hodge or whoever, but whoever it was, great play.
Yes.
Great play. So, hold on. Sorry, having issues this morning. You guys there?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah. So that's the turning points for me. C-Dub, give me your turning points for the game.
Turning points, simple, man. It's when we got up to that, when we responded with the score. Give me a second. I'm trying to pull it up because I actually had it pulled because I was going to try to give the time and everything. It's when we went up 21-13. And it's just, to me, it kind of made you go, and then to me, the last touchdown drive, by the way, was one of the most relaxed possessions I've ever seen. Like, I had no problem. I am watching it and I'm just going, man, we are just running this ball down their throats. They can't do nothing about it. And then Tyler gets in the end zone and I'm going, this was an awesome deal. So I thought that was a real big turn because it made it feel like that was the hammer and the nail, regardless.
Yeah, it did. Go ahead, C-Dub. Go ahead.
No, and the other big turning point was Dennis Allen not getting an extension. I'm still upset about this.
We're talking about the game. Whatever.
I'm pretty upset, man. I'm pretty upset about that, man. That man's got chitlins to feed.
Yeah. You guys are funny.
Chitlins to feed that he don't know about.
Wow. Let me say this. Turning point, Mooney.
Yeah.
Where he basically walked into the touchdown area.
Yeah.
And like, I forgot who set the pick. Man, that was doing Chris Cross, and the corner was like for Dallas.
Yeah, he ran into the pick. He's supposed to go behind, right? Supposed to go behind it, but he tried to run through it and ended up getting picked. And you're right, that was a great play. It was a great call, but it was a great play by Kirk because he saw him getting ready to blitz. What happened is Kirk is making the call, and he goes hut hut hut, and he saw the cornerback
Yeah.
get the blitz and then try and jump back, and he's like, okay.
Look, he
Kirk made
like,
a slight adjustment.
And Kurt threw it enough air behind
right.
it
Oh,
that
yeah.
it was an easy. It was almost like a handoff the way he
Right.
had it.
Like he just walked in to the touchdown, and Mooney been balling. I mean, I know he had Justin Fields in Chicago, okay quarterback, but he got a real quarterback now, and he just took off.
Yeah. No, he's doing. Mooney is great. Mooney is great. I have nothing bad to say about Mooney. He keeps us going. He runs great routes. I would say he is, if not the best, one of the best Falcons route runner. I'd say he's the best Falcons route runner.
All time?
No. This year on that, no. That if I of all time, that would be Mr. Julio Jones. That would be Mr. Quintarius Lopez Jones. The best route runner.
Yeah,
because he was a technician. So I won't take that away from him. But no, on this year's iteration of the Falcons, I would say, yeah, Darnell Mooney is probably the best route runner that we have.
Right.
Let me see. So Jonta says good morning. He also tells us Saints fired Allen. I know. Can't you tell we're so broken up about it? We're just guys. We're crushed.
Here far, he'll be fired again because he sucks. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we're very upset.
But see Darius here this morning to sing that song. Christy, good morning, Christy. She says Dennis Allen is fired. Again, guys, I can't really feel bad when your rival fires their coach because don't you want your bitter enemies to like be in disarray? Don't you want them to have like chaos? I mean, it's just you know what I mean?
Heck yeah. Oh, I'm with you. It's like, this is great.
It's just sweet.
We need to walk in though and we just need to stomp them. We don't need to give them any hope. They're going to have that little new coach bump. They're going to try to feel.
Yeah.
But my thing is this, man, step on their necks and keep going.
Well,
you're going to get their best effort. You're definitely going to get their best effort because they're going to be like, hey, this guy got fired. All right, now we got to play for real. We got to play for real now because now they're looking. So you will get that.
But
we got to play for real, guys.
If I'm the Falcons, I would go get Dennis Allen. And I would make him like assistant defensive coordinator. He decent on defense. He is.
Oh, very much so. Very much so. One of the best. One of the best.
Right.
There's no doubt.
I would go get him. I would sign him. Like Green Bay signed Robert
Saleh.
Thank you. What I would do if I'm the Falcons.
No, agreed. Agreed. It's weird. Some people are just not leaders of men.
Yeah.
I agree.
You can be a great defensive coach or an offensive coach, but when it comes to being a head coach, you have to be a leader. You have to understand. And let me tell you something. I knew last year when what's his name that I can't stand. He had a sucky. He threw 3 interceptions yesterday. So you suck, Jameis. And but
I could give a good speech. So I could, there was this white boy I listened to. He's Eminem, and he had a song called Houdini, and I disappeared.
Yeah, I just after that move last year, like that was just low class, and I will forever just hold him in very low regard. So his misery is my joy. But no, in all seriousness, you could tell they didn't have respect for him last year, right? You could because for quarterback on when you specifically told him not to do that, for him to do that tells you right there you've lost. You do not have the respect of that locker room. You don't.
But
you do not.
Go back.
Go ahead.
But once again, it start upstairs. It start
It does.
at the
It
top.
does. You're right. You're right.
Like, to me, to be good, it start with the owner, then the GM, then the head coach. Y'all all got to play a role. And
Yeah.
you got to know your role, and you gotta bring something to the table.
Yeah.
To me, it seemed like the Saints, they were like, you know what? We don't care about head coach. We got Dennis Allen, and we just gonna move him up. He been there before with the Raiders. To me,
well, I'm sorry, Ron, not to cut you off. I think what they should have done is everyone that was in that huddle for that play, that ran that play, should have been suspended one game this year.
right?
Because the point should have been, I don't give a damn who called for it.
Right.
You shouldn't have done it.
Right.
Dennis Allen is a coach, and you shouldn't have done it. And I think the fact that they didn't address it just it made the disrespect even worse. And look,
Right.
nobody respects you. There's no substitute for respect. Okay? Either we have it or if you don't respect me, there's nothing further to talk about. They were sick of his voice. They didn't respect him. They didn't want. Now, with that being said, I don't know what he's done behind closed doors. And really, I'm not going to dedicate our precious Falcon time to him. You know what I mean? Whatever
Right.
he's coach, I don't care. I'm just saying that, every offensive or defensive coordinator is not a leader.
Right.
And a lot of folks don't consider that before they ascend to that position. Because one thing about it, when you ascend to the position of head coach, you got to have two things going for you. Number one, you better know people. You better know who to hire and who to fire. You got to be able to evaluate people. You got to be able to delegate, right? And you have to be able to maintain respect. You have to be able to maintain respect. You got to be able to delegate. There's so many responsibilities that come with it. And even Arthur Smith is a decent offensive coordinator, but he was not prepared to be a head coach. And there's a difference, and that's all I'm going to say about it. Back to housekeeping. So Jonathan says, I'm running behind T. Will, just waking up. All good, brother. Charles Henderson, go Falcons. Good morning, cuz that is my cousin Chucky from Birmingham, Alabama. Chucky, how you doing this morning, man? I hope you're doing well, cuz. Hopefully all is going well. Good to see you this morning, Chucky. Ladarius, Dennis Allen was cheeks for the Raiders and was even more cheeks with the Saints.
Right.
Thank you, Ladarius.
Hold on, and Ladarius is an insider, so he knows more.
Hey, I believe it.
Once again, I will hire him as an assistant defensive coordinator.
Hey, you know what? I don't have an issue with that, Ron. I don't have an issue with it. I do not. Christy, he kept saying the same thing every week. We got to get better. Okay. Don't want many former Saints on this team. If we need a defensive assistant, give me Steve Wilkes.
I agree there.
He good too.
Yeah. And Steve Wilkes did visit a couple of practices. I don't know whatever became of it, but And 330, what's up, fellas?
What's up, 330?
What up, 330? How you doing? I met him at a Falcons game. I was in the parking lot, walking, and he was like, "Hey, T. Will," and I was like, "Yeah, because I mean, this whole thing is new to me. So when you're out and about, recognize you, like I'm not used to that." So he's scared.
Famous.
I'm not famous, bro, but he's
famous.
Scared me. He was like T. Will. And I was like, oh, and then I was like, oh, wait a minute, okay. And I was like, how you doing? He's like, I'm 330. I was like, what's up? So 330, good to talk to you this morning, man. Hopefully you're doing well.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you didn't go get security and go, be gone, peasant.
Bro, I'm a regular. That is so not me, bro. I am a regular dude. I am a regular dude in every sense of the way. Let me tell you something, man. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like y'all do. Matter of fact, when we get off this podcast in a minute, I'm about to get back on this computer here and work for my living. I'm a regular dude. All right. Kentucky says, what up, though?
Yep.
Darius says the Bazooka Sharks have an opening for assistants. All right, so for those of you who don't know who the Bazooka Sharks are, I think that's Darius's online team or whatever for Madden or whatever game he was playing. But whenever we hear
His fantasy squad.
yeah, his fantasy squad, that's what he's talking about. But yeah, so guys, one more gear change, and then we're probably gonna call it a day. But let's look at. Let's see. You know what? We're going to go with hot topics. So, hot topics for the week. Okay, for me, the hot topic of this week, other than, the hot topic for this week is we got to address this defensive line. The trade deadline is tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Have to go out and make a move. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. In my mind's eye, if we do not go out and make a move, we kind of screwed the boots. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know. C-Dub, if we do not make a move tomorrow, how are you gonna feel about it? Give me your thoughts.
That Terry and Raheem was giving us a line of bull, and that no matter what we do, it's like this. No matter, it's going to make you feel like, okay, this is what Dan Quinn Falcons look like. This is what. Oh, we're good. We're good. We're good. We know what we're doing. We know what we got. We know what we're having. And it's like, you still won't, are you going to adjust the system? Are you going to try to, get guys in better position? You just lost some key guys now. What are you going to do? So if they don't go for a move, I will be, it's like this. I actually feel like they won't. I hope they do. It's like this. I want them to prove me wrong, that they go and do a move. But if they don't, it's just going to be, they will think they got it. And then hopefully in the playoffs, we do well. But in their eyes, they did great because they're in the playoffs and they weren't in the playoffs 3 years ago. So that should give them time. And it's like, I don't like that idea. I like striking when the iron's hot. That's how I've always been. Next year is not guaranteed. So that's the same in football. Think about it. Aaron Rodgers, everyone thought was going to take the Jets to great playoffs and, Super Bowl runs. They're not even 500 now. And, he comes back and he doesn't even look the same. So that's where I'm talking about. It's like, you don't know when Kurt may go down or whatever happens. So that's where I'm at. It's like, Falcons, prove me wrong, make a move. But if not, it will still be the same. And I feel like they'll be happy with the playoff spot regardless.
All right. Chucky says, or my cousin Charles, we call him Chucky. Is Cousin still trying to get adjusted to the Falcons offensive line program design? I think he's adjusted, Chucky. I mean, again, I think it was Ryan the historian that said it would take about 7 or 8 games, and
yeah.
Right. So I think he's getting adjusted now. I think he's comfortable in the system, a lot comfortable than he was in game 1. So I think he's doing okay. Let's see. Diva CC Sexy Red Peach. Judon isn't working for me, so I hope Terry makes a move. Yeah, we need to do something. We need to do something, Miss Red. I want to call her Miss Red. Every time I gotta say sexy, I want to call her Miss Red.
We call her Look. When you see all that, we just say Diva because she's always, that's what she's always is to us. She's Miss Diva, so Diva, it's all good.
Diva, Miss Diva. With your permission, I'd like to call you Miss Diva because I want to say Miss Sexy Red, and I just get all tongue tied. So yeah, If it's okay with you, we'll call you Miss.
She said her nickname is Diva, so you're good.
Okay, all right, Miss Diva. Well, thank you. No, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Strapped up 24 says, I think they will make a move today. I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. Jonathan Rozier says, do we really need to make a move?
Yeah.
In my opinion, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, and
The,
I understand where Jonathan's coming from because we are winning. We are winning. But here's my thing. Here's my thing. You're not all these chances that you get against the Cowboys and teams that are depleted, you're not going to get those same second chances against Detroit.
well,
So, when you're going against the better teams, you've got to be able to get to that quarterback. You're not going to be able to live and survive like that. I think Detroit has the best offense in the league. When you go out and make these moves, you're making these moves in anticipation of the playoffs, right? So with our present schedule, Jonta, maybe we don't need to do that. But if we're going to go up against Detroit and beat them, Minnesota and beat them, and beat them, any other team, you got to be able to get to that
Washington.
Bottom line,
Washington.
Yes, you got to be able to get to that quarterback. So when we talk about making those moves, it's with the playoffs in mind. In my opinion. Diva says my nickname is Diva. Chucky says, okay, I can deal with that. That's what up, Chucky. Chucky says, cuz got to get on this Zoom meeting right quick. All right, Chucky, we'll see you, brother. I'll give you a call later on the day. Thanks for joining the show, Chucky. Let's see. And go dogs. Go dogs, Chucky. I don't know what the hell Carson Beck was doing in that first half.
Man, we ain't talking about it. He was giving me heart pills.
I don't know what he was doing. I don't.
Man, see Doug talk about that one. Whew.
Yeah, man. I don't know what the hell Carson. He threw what 3 interceptions?
Yeah.
I don't know what he was on. I have no idea.
That man was point shaving, I thought.
You know what? I'm not gonna say that.
You don't need to say it, but I will. I got no problem.
Damn.
There was this one time, man. He threw one, and it was like, I wanted. It's like in my mind, all I wanted to see was at least one of the linemen go throw one more interception, and we're gonna throw you out there.
but Terry, this is not the first time he been playing like this. He been playing like this for the past almost 4 weeks.
The entire season, really. To be honest.
Yeah. He's not that guy. Sorry, he's not.
Let me tell you something. Some guys. I played football a long time ago, back when I could see my shoes. Long time ago. Back in the 90s and early 2000s. And one thing about it, there are some guys that when it's just a regular game, they're superstars. But you put a little bit of pressure on them. You whisper something like Heisman in their ear,
right?
And it's just too much,
and they crumble.
The other side of that is some guys, when the pressure comes on, they play great. I played with a guy that was all right during the regular season, but any tournament game, this dude was a superstar. It's like when the pressure mattered most. He could turn it up, and I don't know about Carson. So to be fair, I don't know. I don't know what's going on between his ears, but it seems like pressuring himself because these mistakes he's making this year, he wasn't making them last year.
Right.
All right. Hold on. You know what it's called? And hold on. It's called TBS, tight booty syndrome. The man suffers from it.
That's something. Jonta says the guy on the bench we haven't even seen yet. That's true. Miss Diva says, are you talking about Beck? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
We are talking about Beck.
Yeah,
we are.
Hey, but we still own the state of Texas.
Hey, look at what Kirby figured. Kirby, and they went in there in the halftime and cussed about, did what they needed to do. They figured it out. So that's good. But again, as the point we're making about the Falcons, you can't throw 3 interceptions against Penn State. You can't come out here do that. So whatever needs to be cleaned up in these next 3 games or whatever, because then it gets real,
Damn.
right?
Right.
Then it gets real. So we gotta, or actually, I think we still gotta play Ole Miss or Mississippi
Yeah,
State.
I think Ole Miss, and I think Tennessee too.
We
Yeah.
gotta play
So
Tennessee.
that's gonna be a slugfest.
Yeah. So we definitely gotta clean that up. But look, either way, hey, we won. That's all that matters. We just win, baby. We won. We left out of there with the win, so it's all good. Let's see. Christy says at Miss Diva, make a move for the trade or in March for next season. Well, I guess we'll let Miss Diva answer that. But let's see. Oh, she's talking about Georgia. All right, Chucky says I'm back. Okay, Chucky, thank you. This Diva says Beck doesn't have the weapons of last year either. Got to have someone to step up and catch the ball. Running game is questionable with Etienne healthy. I get that, Miss Diva, but 3 picks.
Well, once again,
those were bad reads because 2 of those throws he shouldn't have made. Right? 2 of those throws he shouldn't have made. But
once again, if you that quarterback like you say you is,
yeah,
you will make the wide receivers better.
Well,
you will make them better.
Look, Bell is a decent wide receiver / tight end. He's a decent one. Etienne is and I didn't know it was hurt, so I hope he's okay. But I just think that we need to be more disciplined with the ball, and he's got to be more disciplined with these reads. Look, he is a Heisman candidate for a reason. I'm not saying he's a bum. Never say that. He's a good quarterback. He has the potential to be great. He just got to play better in certain situations. You know what I mean? You said what?
You threw Ron off when you said he's not a bum. Ron's like, wait, what? He looked like bum to me. Ron's cutthroat, man. He's ready to throw the bathwater out and everything.
Wow. No, Carson's not a bum, man. Carson's not a bum. Carson has potential. He's just, again, because look, he can sling the ball. And to be honest with you, even in that loss to Alabama, that interception wasn't necessarily his fault because the receiver did nothing, right? So even if we go back to that game, if you're the receiver and that ball's in the air, if you can't get to it, you got to maul that cornerback. You can't just stand there like that. You got to maul him.
But
you have to assault him to make sure he doesn't catch that ball. Pause. You have to make sure he doesn't catch it, right? So in that particular scenario, well, whatever, man. Carson Beck is a decent. I'm not gonna say he's trash, man. I'm not gonna say he's cheap.
Look. Hold on. We'll give Napoleon Dynamite a little bit of a break. Okay.
Stop it. That's roughness on C-Dub. This guy's a college kid, man. Come on.
Nope. I don't want to hear it. These kids are now getting paid. They are getting money. They are now employees now.
Right.
Stop.
Look. You said
my daughter worked at the Sunglass Hut while she's in college. She's still a kid, man. Come on.
You said Carson Beck. That don't go together.
I said he's not a bum. I didn't say that he was going to be in the Hall of Fame in the NFL. I said he's not a bum as far as being in college is concerned. Look, Beck has the potential to be a great quarterback. He definitely has. I'm not going to take that away. It's just, again, guys, you got to look at these guys are human, right? And last year, I'm not saying he was a world beater, but he was pretty damn good. And if he wasn't, he wouldn't have been nominated for the Heisman. He wouldn't be a Heisman candidate this year. And all I'm saying is, I think, and to Miss Diva's point, he did lose some weapons, but I think the combination of losing some weapons, figuring out the identity of who you are, and the pressure of the Heisman got to him a little bit. Ultimately, I think he figures it out, or I hope he figures it out by the end of the season. But whatever.
I have a very good comparison for Mr. Beck. He's Mike Bobo.
Yeah.
He's who?
Mike Bobo.
He's his coach, Mike Bobo.
Stop
When he
it.
was a player. No. Because why? Hold on. Because Mike Bobo followed Eric Zier. All right. Not as, prolific, but people loved Eric Zier. Well, now you have nope. I could do this. And then you have Stetson Bennett, the renegade, the outlaw, the man that that man had a BMF walk. And then you got Napoleon Dynamite over here trying to carry the load.
Stop it.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. That's what it is. That's why Bobo loves him so much.
Oh my
He doesn't
God.
see interceptions. He just sees wide open passes.
Unnecessary, C-Dub. 15-yard penalty. Leading with his helmet. 15-yard penalty. Chucky says Beck has 18 seconds to drive the ball down the field and then punch it in the end zone. Bad decision in an AL game. It was a bad decision. But the receiver didn't help him out, Chucky. And you know he didn't. Receivers just looking around like, Let's see. Chucky says they pissed back off when they were told to take the fall for Saban's retirement during SEC championship. All right, Chucky, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm going to what you're referencing there. But
man,
hey,
Georgia fans don't play, man. We want winners, man. We don't want to be. We don't want we're not trying to. We don't care about the good feel good stories there, Terry.
Let me tell you something about my cousin Chucky. This man loves him some dogs, man. He loves him some Falcons, but he loves him some dogs. So
yeah,
more power to you. All right, so back to the Falcons, guys.
Yeah. Back to the Falcons.
We got the Saints coming up. All right. Give me, and we'll start with Ron this time. If I can find it. Ron, give me your must-dos for the Falcons going into New Orleans next week. Give me your must-dos.
You must
win the game.
You must hit David Carr. You must hit the dude. No ifs, buts about it. You got to get David Carr down on the ground. And the tight end / quarterback, what's his name for the Saints?
Taysom Hill.
You got to get him down on the ground. No if, but about it. Every time he come into the game, two things he do: run or pass.
Yeah.
Hit the man. Throw your cleat at him. I don't care.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Throw a towel at the man.
Yeah. Throw in the damn towel. No.
Your shoe, your shoulder pads. Throw something. Hit the man.
Oh man.
Hit him like he going out of style. No, I'm just saying.
I look, Taysom Hill has given us fits. So
yes,
I would agree. I agree with you. We have to keep him in check. C-Dub, must-dos next game.
All right, real quick. All right, so interim head coach is now. So New Orleans is going to their special teams coach to be the interim head coach, Darren Razzini. Mm-hmm. So just and you could get some pasta and you could get some of that too on the side. So all right, here's the deal. Taysom Hill's in the game. He's running. That's all. Don't play around, Jimmy. I don't want everyone 50 yards back, not way back here. No, I want defense. I want some attitude. Let's go get it. All right. Look, this is a Saints team that has lost 7 in a row. They fired their coach. They don't give 2 craps about that coach. So I don't want to hear about how they're going to all of a sudden play better. No, they didn't like the guy. Okay. They were pouting.
Yeah.
Now they're still pouting. They don't want to be there. Okay. So my thing is, do not give them any hope.
Yeah.
Go in there.
Agreed.
Start scoring. Start doing everything you have to make sure it becomes where they have to doubt themselves. Do not play around. And look, the game's probably going to be tough in the first half, I think.
Yeah.
All right. I think this is going to be a tough game, but I could see us pulling away at the end. So that's kind of how I see this game. And look, we need to we need to walk in this game. Trade, no trade, whatever. We need to walk in this game like it's a playoff game. You win this game, you've clinched the division. Because no one else is going to be close to 5-0 in your division. You've got a guaranteed spot on the line right now.
Yeah.
Get it. And if you win, man, we are smoking on a Saints pack. We're going ahead and saying it. We're running the South because I'm sorry, that game against the Kitty Cats won't matter because it's going to be it'll be the last week of the season, and we're 5-0.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. I agreed. You nailed it, so I'm not even going to add anything to it. Yeah, man. Well, hey, guys, thank you for joining the morning show. Again, if you want to see this and more content like this, you can go to YouTube at For My ATL Sports 1. Please like, share, and subscribe. Again, the number 4 My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe. And we're here every Friday at 7 p.m., typically Sundays right after the game. And then we have a Monday morning show. If you have not done so already, again, please like, share, and subscribe. We enjoy putting this on. We're glad to have you. It was a fun time this morning. And hey, we're looking forward to seeing you Friday night when we have volume 2 or part 2 of the trial of Jimmy Lake, in which I'm going to kick their asses some more. Anyway, C-Dub, tell them where they can find you, brother.
All right, C-Double20. Well, when you come on tomorrow, we're going to meet the Beard Gang, Will, and we're going to be on probably around 5:30 this go around, and it's going to be we're going to talk the Falcons Cowboys. We'll talk more about the Falcons Saints. It's hate week. It's a beautiful time. And Dennis Allen. I was wanting us to fire Dennis Allen. I was hoping that we played them and we would blow them out, and then they had to fire. But the Kitty Cats did it for us. But yeah, and then CAWTN on Twitter, and then go on Facebook and just type in C-Double. You'll see me and my page. So yeah. We're just hanging and banging, and we'll talk wrestling also, talk about Crown Jewel and Raw and everything else too on Wednesday. So,
good deal. Good deal. Ronnie Thomas, you out there? I guess
Ron.
Step away. Ronnie Thomas. Ronnie. Okay, I guess Ron had to step away. So, hey. Well, guys, look. First off, to everyone in the chat, thank you for joining us this morning. You could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to spend your time with us. We cannot thank you enough. We appreciate you. We appreciate your input. We appreciate you being Falcon fans. Thank you for joining us. Please feel free to continue to join us every time we air a show, which, by the way, is this coming Friday at 7 p.m. So thank you. As always, at the end of all of my shows, I got to thank God for putting me here, for putting me in this position to be able to do something that I love, which is talk about my Falcons, Braves, Hawks, Dogs, everybody ATL, but Falcons are my first love. So I got to thank God for that. I got to thank God just for waking me up in the morning, everything that he's doing with my life. Father God, thank you. You are the head of my life. I appreciate it. And last but not least, hey, got to thank Mr. Jack Spade giving me a shot in this business. I'm also on One Time for the Fan, which airs Wednesday. We got a show tonight summing up the Falcons Cowboys victory. And Wednesdays at 8 p.m., actually 9 p.m. now, and Fridays at 9 a.m. So I got to give, Mr. Jack Spade a shout out. Got to give Bodie 3000 a shout out. Got to give Carrie a shout out. Obviously, you two gentlemen, as well. Tiff, the lovely Miss Tiff, and Miss Shepherd, and Mr. Jabrin. I think that's everybody on our squad, as well as Ladarius. Yeah, Ladarius is a part of the morning crew. So got to thank all of them. And hey, guys, We will see you this coming Friday. Falcons again beat the Cowboys 27-21. You guys have a great week. C-Dub and Ron, I will see you guys tomorrow on your show. And talk some more Falcons. So until then, guys, rise up. Everybody have a happy Monday. And we'll see you when we see you. Thank you so much.
Yeet. Let's do it.
Yeet.